Okay, so look, Xabi Alonso's appointment at Real Madrid raises serious doubts. And I'm not saying this because, Xabi Alonso is not talented. I'm not saying that. Xabi Alonso, to me, is a talented coach, somebody who I believe will be up there with Zidane and Guardiola and whoever you want to name, Hansi Flick, whoever, Luis Enrique. Xabi Alonso will be there. He's a talented coach, but his coaching style requires control, structure, and the right players, and he does not have that at Real Madrid. What's even worse is that there's a clear double standard that is going on right now when comparing his praise to how others like Hansi Flick are treated. And I'm going to be talking about that in just a few minutes, because there's a clear double standard that I have to just talk about in this video. But here's the thing: does Xabi Alonso have the right squad? Because Alonso wants control of the game, high pressing, dominating possession, and detailed structure. He talked about this during the press conference a few hours ago. At Leverkusen, this worked because he had players like Frimpong and Grimaldo on the wing-back positions who bombed going forward. And he also had technically sounded midfielders like Florian Wirtz and Xhaka. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but hopefully it's Xhaka. And the team did train to play in a strict 3-4-3 formation or 3-6-1 formation. But at Real Madrid, it's not built like that. There's no proven wingbacks to fit this system. Vinicius, okay, fine, Trent is coming in, but you guys are going to be understanding my point here by the end of this video. Vinicius and Kylian Mbappe thrive in chaos and transitions, not slow positional attacks, and that is something that Xabi Alonso likes to do. Okay, he likes to dominate the ball, have control of the game, have positional attacks, but Vinicius and Mbappe do not thrive in those type of environments, especially with Bellingham. Who the hell, bro? Bellingham needs freedom, not a rigid structure, have positional attacks. Bellingham is not like that. He likes chaos, just like Mbappe, just like Vinicius. And what makes it even worse is that Xabi Alonso says, okay, what do I think about Bellingham? I think about Bellingham and say that he's a midfielder, and I'm like, dude, really? Yeah, like you're gonna place Bellingham in the number 8 or number 6 position? It's gonna be chaos, because you're not gonna be giving Bellingham the correct structure nor the correct environment for him to thrive in. You're really gonna give Bellingham the Pedri role? You're really gonna give Bellingham the Frankie de Jong role? It's going to be very interesting to see how all of that does unfold. And look, Toni Kroos retired. Modric is aging. He's leaving. Xabi Alonso does not want him because of the amount of time he deflected the Modric conversation, right? This guy here is like somebody who goes over the questions, and they were trying to ask him, were you the one that made the decision on letting go of Modric? And Xabi Alonso is just somebody who goes over those questions. But yeah, Modric is aging. He's leaving. The Tchouaméni and Camavinga are still adapting as passers in build-up play. I think that they can get there, but they're not there. They're not there at all, like whatsoever. And they have not been training to do that over the past 3 to 4 years. So how does he plan to control the game? Like what he has stated, right? He himself has stated during the press conferences without the players to actually do it. And going to that hypocrisy that I'm talking about, right? That double standard. I find it a little insane to know that many of these Real Madrid fans, they praise Xabi Alonso for going unbeaten in the Bundesliga in the 2023-2024 season with Bayer Leverkusen, winning the league title. And then he also, he lost the Europa League final 3-0 to Atalanta and was completely outcoached. But then when they look at Hansi Flick, who won La Liga, just like Xabi Alonso did, Hansi Flick won the Copa del Rey, the Spanish Super Cup for Barcelona in the 2024-2025 season. And just like Xabi Alonso, they fell short in the Champions League and in the semifinal against Inter Milan. Yet they want to call Hansi Flick a fraud and say that Barcelona's no more, that the Hansi Flick is not a good coach. But they want to praise Xabi Alonso and the fact that he has done so well at Bayer Leverkusen that he's going to definitely do well at Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso and Hansi Flick have went through the exact same season. Exact same in terms of performance. The reason why Xabi Alonso won the Bundesliga against Bayer Leverkusen, where they were freaking unbeatable, is because they played well, they dominated the ball, and they praised Xabi Alonso for that. Yet they fell short in the Europa League final 3-0 against Atalanta. But when Hansi Flick does it and they're consistent and they win against so many teams in La Liga, they win all the way in the Copa del Rey, all the way in the Super Copa, consistency. But then when they fell short in the semifinal against Inter Milan, they want to say, oh, Hansi Flick is not ready. And that Hansi Flick is a fraud, that he's not the correct coach. All the praise to Xabi Alonso, but not Hansi Flick, right? It's hypocrisy. It's stupid. Flick's achievement at the end of the day is equal or arguably better than Xabi Alonso's. Yet critics say that he failed because he didn't win the Champions League. And meanwhile, Alonso gets praised as tactical genius despite getting smashed in the most important game of the season. Hansi Flick's Barcelona didn't get smashed in the most important game of the season against Inter Milan. They were not outcoached. Xabi Alonso, yes. He was outcoached by Atalanta and they lost 3-0. So stepping away from that, right? Let's talk about the how I do view Xabi Alonso coaching Real Madrid, because once again, I am not attacking Xabi Alonso. I think that Alonso is a great coach and a coach that has a big future ahead of him. I really do praise this coach. This guy is amazing. I always liked him as a player. I rate him as a player. I rate him as a coach. I just don't see how these two parties of Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid are going to be fitting, because at Leverkusen and Real Sociedad B, Alonso coached in low pressure environments with young players and no media circus. Nothing at all. Now he's walking into the most political high pressure club in the world with big egos, demanding fan base, and a president like Florentino Perez who doesn't like managers that want too much control. So how will Alonso react when results don't come quickly? How? And I think that Alonso is a coach where he does align with somebody like Arteta. You need time. You need time. Like, you need 2 or 3 years or 4 years to finally see the image that you want to project. It takes time. Now, is Florentino Perez gonna allow for that type of time? I don't know. That is why I do say, like, these two parties, they don't fit to me. Will he get the same trust if things go wrong early? Especially if Barcelona starts strong, which I think they will. FC Barcelona will come in full throttle, like in the very first game. All players are gonna be shooting, bro. All of them. And when I mean shooting, I mean like shooting steroids. Everybody. Pedri, we're going to have Bernal back. It's going to be an insanity what this Barcelona team is going to be next season. And I don't see how a team like Real Madrid can compete against this monumental monster team that Hansi Flick has built with FC Barcelona. And once again, bro, I'm saying this with all my heart. I'm not saying this with pessimism going up against Real Madrid. I'm not trying to be like toxic or anything. These are real world issues, real things that I am thinking about with Real Madrid. And these, I do think that a lot of this makes a lot of sense. Real Madrid is not Leverkusen. Real Madrid isn't built to be a well-oiled tactical machine. It's built for moments of magic. It's a team that has individual brilliances like Mbappe and Vini, like what we've seen in the past 3 or 4 years. It's stars that play free, not structured team-wide patterns that Xabi Alonso implements. That doesn't exist in this Real Madrid team with these players. It just doesn't. Alonso's ideas require system players, training time, and trust from the upstairs. And that's all hard to find at Real Madrid. So, I don't know. Is this like the wrong place, wrong time? I don't know. Xabi Alonso is a promising coach. No one denies that, and I do not deny that. I really do rate and I admire Xabi Alonso as a coach. But Real Madrid isn't a project club. And his style doesn't match the squad or the culture. He wants structure, and Madrid thrive in chaos. He wants control, and Madrid has egos. He wants time, but Madrid demands instant results like tomorrow. And you better bet, like, bro, like, I'm telling you right now, I feel like the main reason why Xabi Alonso does not want to give too much during the press conference, because I'm telling you, if you go look at his press conference, he was like stepping away from those questions, and he did not want to be very specific on his tactics. I'm telling you right now, the reason why he's not giving everything out and how he's going to be forming the players and etc is because he wants to do very well in the Club World Cup. He wants to win the whole thing, because if he gets knocked out in that tournament, all the toxic things are going to begin before the preseason even begins, bro. Like, if he does bad in the Club World Cup, and let's just say he gets knocked out in the semifinal or quarterfinals or whatever, or he loses the final, already the media is going to be pushing against him. And that is the reason why. I mean, who knows, bro? The media might be nice to him, just like they have always been. But when Hansi Flick loses a game, it's like the end of the world. But I'm telling you, like, Xabi Alonso knows, like, he wants to protect himself and the players. And that is why he's not out there trying to say that, yeah, I'm going to be putting Vini and Mbappe up top, Vini on the left, Mbappe as a striker with Bellingham as the number 6, etc., etc. So I would say that, yes, the hype is real. But the reality at Real Madrid isn't unforgiving, I'm telling you. And let me tell you guys, right, like, to the people who, I would just say the Real Madrid fans who watch me, and you guys support Real Madrid, or you guys are fans of Real Madrid or whatever, or you guys just simply don't like FC Barcelona. As much as you don't want to believe me, there's a reason why Florentino Perez is trying to sign a lot of players right now. There is. Nico Paz is going to be making the return, a player that has played for Real Madrid before. They have signed Trent Alexander-Arnold for a reason. You guys know that. They have signed him for a reason, and that is because they want Trent to be their wing back, because Xabi Alonso requires a specific style, a specific formation, which is going to be the 3-6-1 or 3-5-2 formation, and he needs Trent. So already it's telling me that Real Madrid are following Xabi Alonso's orders, because Xabi Alonso wants a specific style he already knows, and that specific style is going to be the one that we have seen at Bayer Leverkusen, which is going to be to dominate the ball, to have positional based attacks, etc. And that is why they're also trying to bring in Dean Huijsen, right? A ball playing center back, something that wasn't really required under Carlo Ancelotti. And Xabi Alonso's system needs a ball playing center back. So I'm telling you guys, they are listening to Xabi Alonso, and they know where they want to go. And whether that's going to fit or not, and whether that's going to translate next season or not, we'll see. And there's also a reason why Xabi Alonso wanted Florian Wirtz, is because he needs a 10, a midfielder who can play with the ball, retain the ball, protect the ball, not thrive in chaos like Jude Bellingham. I'm telling you guys. As much as you guys don't want to believe me, go look at the actions that Real Madrid are doing. There's a reason why Xabi Alonso also made it very clear to Real Madrid, and this is coming in like 6 hours ago, according to Marca, a news channel that really likes to protect Real Madrid, right? Real Madrid want Angelo Stiller, and the reason why is because he perfectly fits the idea of what Xabi Alonso wants in the midfield. Real Madrid are going to be having a highly active transfer market this summer. According to Marca, they have stated that they haven't been this active since 2009. Do you guys remember what happened in 2009? Do you guys remember what happened in 2009, guys? Where they had a change in coach, and because it was a whole other different system. And so, like, you guys already know that Real Madrid are trying to change their players. Like this whole thing, which is so embarrassing. The final master plan for Real Madrid was to bring in Mbappe to complete this team of Vini, Bellingham, Camavinga, Rodrigo, Endrick, Valverde, and Tchouaméni. A group of players that have been forming together since 2021, and they finally thought that the final move was to bring in Mbappe into this supposedly super team back in 2024, and it failed. This Galacticos 3.0 project, it failed, and they wanted to further improve this Galactico 3.0 project with Vini, Mbappe, Bellingham, Camavinga, Rodrigo, Endrick, and more. Like, they wanted to further improve this by bringing in Klopp. Klopp was their priority. It was not Xabi Alonso. What they have right now, Xabi Alonso, it is not their number one priority. They know that with Xabi Alonso now coming in, they have to change everything. This whole project of Tchouaméni, Valverde, Endrick, who is the best Brazilian striker in the world, Rodrigo, Camavinga, Bellingham, Mbappe, Vini, it just did not end up working out. They fell flat. With Mbappe adding himself into this team, how many trophies did they win last season? Nothing. Barcelona won everything, and now they're over here like they're scared. They're like, oh my god, we have to change, we have to act quickly, this whole thing cannot happen. We thought that it was gonna work, that Mbappe was gonna dominate with Bellingham, Camavinga, Rodrigo, Endrick, Valverde, Tchouaméni, etc. It's just not working. Okay, Klopp, let's see if we can figure something out. He rejected them, and now they're like, okay, Xabi Alonso, okay, god damn it, Xabi Alonso, now we're gonna have to change everything. We're gonna have to change completely everything, and that's why they're out here with Nico Paz, Trent, with Careas, with Dean Huijsen, with trying to get Florian Wirtz, with trying to get Angelo Stiller. It's a mess. It's a mess. And you may say, okay, I'm talking to the Real Madrid fans. You may say that I'm trying to portray that. No, I'm portraying fear. That I'm scared. That I'm scared that Real Madrid are going to try and copy FC Barcelona, because that is basically what they're trying to do. They're trying to copy Barcelona style. You may say, oh, it's fear, Kevin. You're just scared because Real Madrid might perfect it better than FC Barcelona. It's not fear, bro. It's analysis. It's simple as that. Real Madrid are our biggest rivals. If you're not paying attention to them, you're not taking the competition seriously. And I'm paying attention to them. Hansi Flick is paying attention to Real Madrid and how they're moving. So, like what, bro? Like what? You think this is fear? You think so? Yeah, because pointing out the obvious weaknesses means I'm terrified. Yeah, sure, bro. It makes sense. It makes total sense. That is it, bro. Like, focusing on Real Madrid doesn't mean that I'm afraid, okay? Just because I speak about Real Madrid here doesn't mean that I'm afraid. It means that I understand football in some way, in some capacity. Not as much as Hansi Flick or Xabi Alonso, but I understand football. And you can't win the race if you don't know who you're racing against. Really think about that, okay? We're going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.